What's poppin', homies? This is Editor Stav. Just gotta let you know before the episode begins that when I was trying to export the audio from Ableton, Ableton crashed, and I had two forms of audio, like my voice, and I had a separate channel for my soundboard. So throughout the episode, I click on my soundboard, and usually if Ableton didn't crash, you'd be able to hear the soundboard say certain things. But like I'm gonna press a button, you'll see soon, and then it's not gonna say anything because Ableton didn't save the points in time in the audio clip that I pressed the soundboard. So it's gonna look weird, me pressing a button and nothing's happening. But that shouldn't happen again. It's just my dumbass Ableton and dumbass computer. Um, Kisses. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
What's poppin', homies, and welcome to Stav's True Plan, the podcast where we finally get some upgrades going, bitch. Look at this. You remember earlier in the other episodes when I was like, you couldn't even see my beautiful face? And now, shit, and now you can see it. I got an audio interface, they call it in the industry. So, we're gonna see how fire this is. I hope you guys can't see the ring light in my eyeglasses. You might. Should I? Hold on. Should I take them off for the time being? Yeah, my eyebrows are just recently done, so there's no unibrow going just yet, so I could chill without the glasses. Anyway, as you may see, looking at my table, I don't have a coffee table for this episode. I don't have a coffee table book, I meant to say. I don't have a coffee table book. So as you can see, I kind of like ran out of good books to like talk about. I kind of talked about all the books I wanted to, but then again, books are very expensive. And of course I could go do something crazy and not advised and get books off of online, but there's something so charming about the book in person. So my opinion is, well, I can't really, get no coffee table books. So I'm thinking about launching something. Perhaps people can, how people say, pay for my coffee, pay for my coffee table book. I can shout you out, and I can have a coffee table book that was able to be purchased with your donation. I'm just thinking about it. Maybe we can talk about it later. It was keen. Perhaps we can talk about it at a later time, but I'm thinking out loud right now, and I'm really curious to know what you guys think about it. Anyways, today's episode is about dealing with hard times, and that's something that we all have in common as humans, is that we're all gonna have hard times in our lives. We have the happy and the sad, the neutral, right? When we live our lives, it's like this: periods of happiness, neutral periods of sad, and continuing, right? So what I'm gonna try to do is teach you to live your life like this, right? And then just for a second, to be a little sad, because it's okay to have like emotions that change sometimes. So I actually kind of think that's advised. You need the fluctuating emotions. You need that. If you guys may notice, if you guys follow me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram. I now do daily quotes that pertain perhaps to the episode coming up soon. And I have them right over here if you don't mind, please. I have them right over here. So the first quote that I posted was by none other than Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. And what he said was, if it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. Now, the quote is greater than that. The quote is bigger than that. And basically, what he meant, the entire quote, it begins with, if it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. And he says, if it's not endurable, great. It's going to stop when you die. He's a jokester, that guy. But I think he had a really good point. I think he had a really good point because at the end of the day, when you deal with something in your life, a lot of people believe in God. A lot of people believe in a religion. That it is said often. It is said that God doesn't give you things you can't handle, and that's a good way of looking at it. But I guess if you don't believe in any sort of religion, and many people don't, and I want to be for everyone. If you don't believe in a religion, or if you do, I want to be there for you. And basically, the entire quote here, I'm about to pull it up. This is the entire quote. Everything that happens is either endurable or not. If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. If it's unendurable, then stop complaining. Your destruction will mean its end as well. Just remember, you can endure anything your mind can make endurable by treating it as it is your interest to do so. And that's the quote in its entirety. And I can think of one moment in my life where I had to think about something being endurable or not, and it was my surgeries that I had went through. Um, in the moment, when you're living in the moment, what you're dealing with affects you so much. It affects you so greatly. And of course, because it is that moment, we tend to live our lives in moments. We live our lives in the short term. We don't tend to look at the greater picture. Kind of like, I guess, if you think about it like a tattoo, right? Um you're going to spend perhaps 2 to 3 hours of almost unimaginable pain sometimes if they tattoo over bones or whatever, stuff like that, like fleshy areas like the tummy and such alike. But you deal with that short period of time, those 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, for a lifetime of some fresh ink. And that, I think, that is a really good way to look at it, because what you are doing is for a purpose, and never lose sight of that purpose. Through pain, through strife, it's always easy to lose sight of the purpose that you have. Why is it that you do what you do? A lot of people don't really think about their lives and why they're doing a certain thing. It's really important to like dissect it further. Look at the bigger picture. I always preach about looking at the bigger picture, but the bigger picture here is that what you're dealing with right now is so minuscule in your whole life. The pain that you are feeling now is justifiable. The pain that you're feeling now, you are worthy of compassion in a moment like this, in your times of need and strife. But they are what shape you. These moments of struggle, these times of need that where you are in, that you are struggling so dearly and so much, that's what makes you who you are. That's what makes you the persevering individual that you are. I know for certain that if I hadn't had my surgeries, that I wouldn't take as much shit as, like I can endure a lot, because I was taught to, in a moment where I didn't have the choice. I didn't have the choice to just not go through it. There were times where I had to crawl at the middle of the night because my pride got in the way. I hate asking for help. So in the middle of the night, when I had to go pee and I had no way to go, or I had to, go number two, go shit, I crawled my ass on my butt with my leg out. I had a boot. It's not a cast, but it's a boot. And I would scoot my way all the way over to the bathroom. And that was because, I wasn't gonna. It was like 2 or 3 a.m. and I had to go. What was I supposed to do? At the end of the day, That's what people are they're here for. And in times of need and strife, asking is sometimes your greatest power. But for me, I couldn't do that. I don't know why. I learned the error of my ways. I usually don't ask for help. I should. I know I should. But when I was crawling on my way there, that perseverance that I had, that I endured some crazy shit. Let's just say, literally, let's just say that. Um, it's helped me for the real world, you could say, dealing with things that I have, the seemingly unendurable pain that I had to go through. In the moment, it was unendurable, right? And since we always we don't tend to look at the bigger picture, it's more, life is more than now. There is more to life than now. There's later. And that later is going to someday be your now. So endure as much as you can now for a better later, so your future you can have a better now than you have right now. And that's what strife is for. This is actually fantastic because I can go into another quote that I had posted. I posted 3 this week. I might post another one today. Now, this is a quote by, I don't remember if it was Roman or Greek. I feel like I should, considering my heritage, but he says that, his name is Seneca. He says that difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. And for me, this made a lot of sense because, I go to the gym, I bust it out, I work out, I get those gains. Not yet. I can't flex yet. Come on now. I can't flex yet. Oh, my apologies. Yeah, he said that was kind of whack. he said, what you flexing over there, stupid ass bitch? No, nothing. But that quote's important because I always am a firm believer of dualism, that your mind and your body are separate things. And to me, they are separate things because just as you can go to the gym and strengthen your muscles, strengthen your physical body, the difficulties that you feel in life, the difficulties you experience, strengthen your mind because it's like a workout. Strife is a workout because let's just say, just like if I lift 20 pounds, let's say for a whole week, I lift 20 pounds. After a while, 20 pounds is going to seem really light. That's the same way with difficulty. If you have went through that trouble in your past, when you go to mentally lift 20 pounds again, what that's going to do for you is that 20 pounds is going to seem real light. Then you're going to have to go to 40 pounds. The thing that separates mind and body, though, is you could lift 20 pounds forever, right? And it's up to you. It is up to you to increase the stress on your body. But the cool thing about difficulty in your life and strife and problems that involve your mind or just stresses is that you don't gotta look for the heavier weight. Often it comes to find you. So that's why we need to look at difficulty in our life in a different way. That we know that if we were to come again, if we were to face stress at a later time, I got this in the bag. We went through this before. You know what I mean? They're like, you're no stranger to this. You're no stranger to this whole brand new occurrence, right? That's why I talk about the past you and the future you. You are at every moment past you. And I know that's weird to say, but future you is you from now but later. What can you do to help your future self? Because right now is right now. But later is later. And later will be now soon. So if you can preemptively help yourself out. I fucking smacked the shit out of my mouth. I should have it far away. What are you going to do? You have to help yourself out. You know what? Brother, that was Kane. That's my brother over there. I asked him to record his voice. So now I can do it with my soundboard. Oh shit. I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna answer this. You know, I'm gonna answer this. Yo, what's good, Flomy?
Yo, what's up, Chloe? How you doing?
I'm recording a podcast right now.
Dead ass?
Dead ass.
Oh, sorry, am I interrupting?
Oh no. I'm gonna have this in here. What's poppin', homies? I'm back. I was just talking to my Flo Mizzle. That's my Flo Mizzle right there. He's one of my besties ever. Um, I'm gonna just jump into this section because I don't remember what I was talking about. I'm gonna jump into this section by talking about my third and final quotes. And my third and final quote comes from an ancient Greek Stoic philosopher. His name was Epictetus. I don't know the Greek pronunciation on that, John. But what he said was, it isn't the things themselves that disturb people, but the judgments that they form about them. I'm going to just give you time to marinate that in your brain. That quote, I think, speaks mad volumes. And I think it has truth to it 100% of the time. Because in that moment, a lot of what you deal with looks so vast. It looks so crazy. It always tends to look so crazy. When you're dealing with something and in that moment, you're like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, this is the truth with my schoolwork. Sometimes I'll be like, I got so much to do. I got so much to do. Oh my God, I got 18 million assignments. It's only like 3. Oh, I got 18 projects. It's only like 2. But in that moment, I'm causing myself so much strife. Causing myself so much stress. And for what? You always will look back on something you dealt with and was like, damn, I overreacted. So how do you fix hard times? That's the hardest thing. How do you fix hard times? I can't guarantee that I know how to fix hard times, but I know how to make them sting a little bit less. And first, what we talked about was, if it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. Hard times are come across to you in the real world, right? There are a lot of unendurable things in the world, like torture. I'm fucking with you. But there's a really solid chance what you're over dramatizing what it is that you are dealing with at this moment. There's a really solid chance, and I'll bank on it that you probably are. So I think this is a really easy fix for a lot of what people deal with. But stepping back from what you deal with right now, stepping back and looking at the whole, doing this to doing this. When you deal with something crazy, you do this. You look at that problem, you're like, the solution could be right over there, but you don't even see it. You're looking at the problem and you're like, fuck! Who is it? If I have another fucking, like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to get a studio. Not a studio apartment, but like a studio for the podcast, because I live in the basement and it goes creak, 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 creak. The fuck is that? Anyway, to continue further, understanding that difficulties strengthen your mind and that also strengthen your body. The same way you be going to the gym and getting those gains, you can get those mental gains too by dealing what you're dealing with. Just know that when you go and finish a problem, if you are dealing with a problem in your life and you go from A to B and you're at B, the problem's done. You solved it. Whatever you're dealing with is over with for now. You know with certainty that if you have to go to A in the future again, if your problem begins in the future, you know, you're equipped with how to deal with it. That's the motherfucker who just screamed. Just gotta let you know that. Just gotta let you know. Pff. I gotta ask people to nicely shut the fuck up when I'm recording. And last but not least, least, you must know that what you're dealing with at this very point in time, there's a really good chance that you're dramatizing it for effect. Listen, your life is not a movie, okay? Your life is life, okay? And there are certain things that when you go through them, well, maybe it's not as crazy as you think it is, or maybe it's not what it seems. Remember the Wizards of Waverly Place? It's not what it seems. Remember that? I remember that. But sometimes something is just so simple, and you writing equations for it. Bitch, it's 2 plus 2. And you're doing quadratics. Come on now. What are you doing? I mean, for real. I wish I had more to talk about, but I guess I was thrown off course. But that's okay. Because sometimes you gotta be there for the ones you love. You gotta be there for the ones you love, the ones you care about, when they go through their strifes as well. And I always advocate for that. Be real. That's my hope. I want you to be real. The world is too fake out there, and you need to be real. And not only that, by being real, by being honest with yourself, by being honest with yourself, and taking it one step at a time, you got it in the bag. There's gonna be nothing you can't do. Which of y'all motherfuckers think he did it on purpose? Huh? Well, that was an episode of Stav's True Plan. Please. I'm gonna fuck him up.